So after we've learned the sine rule, right now is our time to learn the cosine rule, because there are some certain situations where you are going to need to use the cosine rule, right? Let's say you are given one angle and you are also being given other two sides, and then you are required to solve the last side. How can you go about using the cosine rule in order to help you in such situations? By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly how to prove the cosine rule and also how to use it and in which situation you need to use the cosine rule. So let's start by proving the cosine rule. So if you are hearing some external sounds, guys, please bear with me. Let's go to it. So we start by labeling our triangle, right? So on our last video, we discussed how we find the coordinates of B, right? So now we are going to label our diagram, right, or our triangle. So since this is A, so the opposite side of A is going to be our small case a, right? And then ganjalo, the opposite side of C is going to be C, and then the opposite side of angle P is going to be our small letter P, right? So let's get into it, guys. So we are going to be looking for the distance of BC, right? That's what we are looking for. So how do we go about finding the length or the length or size of BC? We are going to minus the x coordinate of B minus the x coordinate of C squared plus the y coordinate of B minus the y coordinate of C, right? Squared. So after that, guys, I will urge you to just write the coordinates of B and C aside. Our coordinates of B is C cos A and C sine A, right? And then our coordinates for C, it's B and 0. And then if you don't understand how to find B, I will link our previous video on our screen right now so that you can get a broader understanding, right? So those are our coordinates, right? So BC squared is going to be equals to, what is our x coordinate at B? It's C cos A, and what is our x coordinate at B is going to be, at C is going to be B, plus what is our y coordinate at B? It's C sine squared A, and what is our y coordinate at C is going to be 0 squared, right? So and then usually I like to solve this on a separate space, right? So let's say we are given let's say we are being required to simplify, like we are right there. So I'll write it aside. C cos A is minus B squared. You're going to just simplify, guys. You're going to just simplify. So that's what I'm trying to show you here. So you're going to take this, you multiply by that, you multiply by that, you multiply, right? So C cos A multiplied by C cos A is going to be C squared cos squared A, right? And then C cos A multiplied by negative B is going to be negative BC cos A, right? And then negative B multiplied by negative C cos A, it's also going to be negative BC cos A. And then negative B multiplied by negative B is going to be positive B squared. And then we are going to add the like terms. Here we are going to have cos squared, C squared cos squared A, and then minus BC cos A minus BC cos A is going to be negative 2 BC cos A plus B squared. So That's how we are going to just take that value and substitute it on our proof, right? So that's where we are getting that value. So we are going to be having BC squared is equals to C squared cos squared A minus 2BC cos A plus B squared, right? And then as for this part, we know that 0 is the same as nothing. So we are going to be having plus cos squared sine squared A. Actually, I made a mistake here. It's not C sine squared A. It's just C sine A. I made a mistake. And then we are going to add, we are actually going to group the like terms, guys, right? We are basically going to factorize, and here I was supposed to substitute B. We know the distance of BC is going to be our small letter A, right, which is going to give us A squared. So A squared is equals to C squared cos squared A. We are going to bring this next to our C cos squared A, which is plus sine squared is plus C squared sine squared A minus 2BC cos A plus B squared, right? And then we are having A squared is equals to, we are going to factorize these guys. We are going to take out C squared as our common factor. We are going to be left with cos squared A plus sine squared A, right? So negative 2BC cos A plus B squared. So A squared is going to be equals to, we remember from our trig identities that this thing is going to give us 1, isn't it? So we are going to be having C squared multiplied by 1 minus 2BC cos A plus B squared. So we are simply going to just rearrange this thing. We're going to say, therefore, A squared is going to be B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. So let's go to our example and see how can we go about using the cosine rule to solve any question. So in this question, my level 7 pioneers, we are also being asked to calculate the unknowns, which is our angle theta here. So first thing first, we need to label our diagram, right? So this opposite side of angle Q is going to be our small letter Q, right? And then this opposite side of of angle S is going to be our small letter S, right? And then this opposite side of angle P is going to be our small letter P, right? So what I want you to note as well is that this side you can label it in two different ways, right? So for this triangle, which is triangle QPS, is going to be P, but for the other triangle, the bottom one, which is QRS, is going to be our small letter R, right? And then this opposite side as well is going to be equals to our small letter S, and then this opposite side is going to be our small letter Q, right? So we are having two triangles here and we don't have any right angled triangle, right? So obviously we are going to be using the sine rule or the cosine rule. So how do we go about solving this diagram? Because they are looking for our angle theta, right? So obviously, guys, before we are able to find angle theta, we can simply analyze this diagram in this following manner. So obviously we are looking for this angle, right? So that means we must be having this side, right? And how do we go about getting this side? Because we have to be having three known values like our sine rule. So in this case we are having this side, and we must be having this other side so that we can be able to solve for angle theta. So our mission right now is to how to find our side, which is P or R, right? So so we are going to be looking for this angle. So once we have found this angle, it is going to be easier to use the sine rule, right? So we can choose any other angle in that case. So let's go about solving this question. How do we go about finding P? We are going to say angle P plus angle S plus angle Q. Actually, our capital letter Q is going to be equals to 180. If they want the reason, you are going to say sum of angles in a triangle, right? So that's how you make sure that we get all the marks. So P, that's what we are looking for. Our angle S is going to be 26 degrees. Our angle Q is clearly 15 degrees, is equals to 180, right? So if we are going to transpose, we are going to be having P is equals to 180 minus 26 minus 15, right? And then our final answer is going to be 139. So once you find this 139, you go back to your diagram, you're going to highlight that you know this angle is 139, right? And then we can simply use our sine rule to find our side QS or PAR, you see. So we can say sine P is going to be equals to our small letter P, actually divided by our small letter P. I don't know why I'm always saying divided equals. So yeah, we are going to say sine Q divided by our small letter Q, right? So we are going to be having sine P, we know it's 139, divided by our P is equals to sine 15, which is our angle at Q, and then our side, that is PS, which is also Q, is going to be 100. And then when you do your mathematics, you are going to do the cross multiplication, right? Then you are going to be having 100 sine 139 is going to be equals to P sine 15, right? So you are going to divide both sides by sine 15, since you are looking for P, not P sine 15, isn't it? So after this, you are going to show the examiner that this sine 15 is cancelling the other one. Then you are going to place this on your calculator, and then the calculator is going to give you 3 marks, guys. So that's how you go about solving, doing that algebra there. So if you are having any question, please post it on our comment section below. And then once we have found this side, we are going to come here and say you know that this side is also equals to 253.48, right? And then you are going to use the cosine rule, which you are going to say what is the opposite side. Since we are looking for this angle, what is the opposite side to this angle? Is going to be our small letter r, isn't it? So you're going to say r squared is equals to, and then you are going to ask yourself which are the 2 sides that you are having. So obviously we are having q and we are also having s, right? So you're going to say q squared plus s squared minus by 2. You are going to multiply these 2, which is qs. You are going to say minus by 2 qs cos r, isn't it? And then you come back, what is our r? Our r is going to be 253.48 squared is equals to, what is our q? Our q is 102 squared plus our s, which is 243.5 squared minus cos, actually minus 2, it's minus, I'm not having space there, guys. I don't know what to do. Let me try doing this. Yes, hopefully we can still see the diagram. So we are going to say minus 2, what is our q? Our q is 102 multiplied by 243.5 cos theta, right? We know that we are looking for cos theta. And then you are going to do your math, guys. So if you are going to do your math, you are going to be having 253.48 squared minus by 102 squared minus by 243.5 squared. You are going to simply transpose, isn't it? And then after transposing, guys, you know that you are going to be left with negative negative 202 multiplied by 102 multiplied by 243.5 cos theta. Right, so we are simply going to divide by negative 202 multiplied by 102 243.5. Hopefully, guys, I'm making sense. If I'm not making sense, guys, please feel free to correct me on the comment section below. So this is how we go about it's not squared here. This is this is how you go about solving for the angle, because we want this to cancel this, isn't it? So I am writing this as a whole, or like as a big number, because I don't want to actually lose the actual value of our theta or get an incorrect answer, because I rounded off before getting the answer. So you are going to punch all of this in your calculator, and then you are going to get this number that I'm writing right now, which is 0.1095973.668, isn't it? And then you are going to punch on your calculator arc cos 0.1095973.668. So in order to not get an incorrect answer, you can simply punch on your calculator arc cos, then you say answer here, so that you won't make any mistake. So what I got is 83.71 degrees. So this is how you go about using and proving the cosine rule. So let's go to how can we calculate the area. So now we are going to be learning about the area rule. So let's go to our next video.